Hi, my name is Tony Abernathy, and I'm here to talk to you about school uniforms. Now, the reason why I'm here to talk to you about this is because we have an epidemic going on in today's society, an epidemic of poor learning. Now, this poor learning is not attributed to bad teachers, it's not attributed to poor parenting. It's a collection of all things in one. Now, what I'm proposing is not something that will fix everything that's going on, but it will help. What I'm proposing is we implement a school dress code or a school uniform in all of our less than privileged school districts. That means public schools, schools in urban areas, schools in areas in which monetary funds are not that accessible. The reason why I say this is because today's family dynamic has changed so drastically that we as a community are in such a predicament that we don't know what to do to help our children. Parents are afraid to discipline their children. Teachers and educators don't have the ability to instill the rules and regs in which they choose to due to today's laws and bylaws. And because of that, gang violence and violence in general, violence within the community, has changed the way our family dynamic is. Now, we have single parent homes, we have dual working parent homes. Things aren't the way they used to be because you can't afford to live the way they did, let's say 40 years ago. Finances have changed drastically. Incomes have changed drastically. And because of this, the community in a whole has changed. Now, what can we do to fix this? Not much, because that is the way life is. So, one of the things that you can do to help alleviate some of these problems is by implementing school dress codes and uniforms. And the reason why I say this is because gang violence, student taunting, teasing has gone to such a level that children are afraid to go to school. Children are committing suicide over being bullied, over being teased and taunted. Now, you hear songs that say children are our future. Everyone talks about how we need to cultivate and harness the power of our youth. Yes, we do. But if you have a child that's afraid to go to school because he's being teased, he's being taunted for lack of clothing, inappropriate clothing, clothing that's too small, whatever, because of other students who are members of gangs, because of other students who are teasing and taunting them because their family does not have the embellishments that other students have. This is a problem because you're not harnessing that child. You're not cultivating that mind. You're not making that child part of today's society. Now, school dress codes, school uniforms can help the family, can help the school, can help the community. And ways in which this will do this is it will eliminate that gang attire. It will eliminate the fear of who's who in a crowd. If you see a group of teenagers walking down the street and they're all dressed the same, as an example, they're all wearing khaki pants or khaki shorts, a white button down or a blue button down, and your community knows that the school has implemented this dress code and they're walking together and talking, you know they're coming from school. Your community looks at them as students, not looks at them as criminals or convicts or whatever the case may be. I apologize for calling them convicts. They probably aren't. They're mischievous children, whatever phrasing you want to use. But school uniforms adds uniformity, unity. It allows children to think of themselves as being something more than just an individual. They can go to school and be a part of a community of other students who want to learn. Now, one of the problems that educators and administrators in the past have had is students believe that this dress code, these uniforms, infringes upon their First Amendment right to express themselves. And yes, everyone has the right to express themselves through speech. And it has been ruled by the Supreme Court that attire, or the clothing that children wear, is a form of expression. First Amendment, your right to express yourself. But there is one drawback of this scenario. You can express yourself as long as you do not infringe upon those around you, as long as your attire does not prevent others from being able to express themselves. Meaning, if I'm sitting next to you and I'm wearing gang insignias, bandanas, jewelry, whatever, tattoos, these are methods that gang members use to intimidate other people, community as a whole. Now, intimidation is gone. The better person comes another mind that has been cultivated and harnessed that can be a thriving member of society. Now, I'm going to give you an example. In Long Beach, California, when they first initially implemented the school dress code in the Rogers School District in Long Beach, California, their first year after implementing the school dress code, the school was ranked in the overall school districts in the statewide. Out of 19 school districts, Long Beach school districts was ranked 14th out of 19 in academic performance. Now, after they implemented the school dress uniform, literally the very next year after that they enforced it, they went from 14th to 4th. None of the teachers changed. None of the administrators changed. The only thing that changed was the attire that the students wore. They wore uniform. Now this is a statewide academic test in algebra, mathematics. I shouldn't say algebra, in mathematics. They went from 14th to 4th the year after they implemented the uniform. Something worked. What was it? Now, parents, teachers, administrators, and students alike must have done something to change their mindset. What it was is beyond me. Now, this is not a fix-all, but it is something to help. Now, I would like to thank the Newsweek. I'd like to thank Newsweek. I'd like to thank the Education Resource Information Center. I'd like to thank the USA Today magazine and the Public School Dress Code, the Constitutional Debate. Brigham Young University wrote this up. I've gotten a lot of my information from these sources. And I didn't cite you quotes because I didn't need to. But I will leave you with this. Let's help our children help themselves. Implement a dress code or a school uniform. It will help. Thank you.